encouraging individual people to map journeys and chart destinies and so forth and look at where we're all coming from, I also think we need to be mindful that we don't atomize ourselves. Because essentially, all the issues we're facing, they've impacted our whole group, whoever we are, whatever our identity is, wherever our parents or grandparents or even where we may have been born. And so we need to look at collective solutions. These are collective struggles, and it is going to require the power of the people, us, to be able to turn that situation around, which is what we call the repair, the reparations. Other ethnicities and nationalities in this room who also have gone through similar histories of, if not enslavement, certainly colonization, imperialism in all its forms. And I think that reparations is actually a unifying discourse and analysis that links all of these various experiences that you're identifying. And so much of it is about, I think, the continued role of empire that somehow doesn't get interrogated. So we're here, but how have we come to be here?
Hi everyone, my name is Shakeem. I'm performing a poem called I Come From. I come from a place where flashing blue lights could equal darkness, where running from authority made athletes, gang violence made soldiers, and drugs made entrepreneurs. A place where the footballer gets substituted at half-time for the roadman, where being successful is the goal but only a few score, where there are more knives in the streets than in the kitchen. A close shave has nothing to do with a shape-up, where, let me chat to you, could mean you lose your phone, or stuttering and ask what end you are from could be the difference between life and death. I come from restrictions, discrimination and abused power, where the slave masters take the form of the 9 to 5 and the whip comes as the minimum wage, where stop and searches come more often in hot mills and those who are troubled are looked down upon, kicked to the curb and turned into monsters. This is the reality. This is my reality. But there's always hope. I come from a place where football brings the schoolboys and gang members in harmony for 90 minutes, where the only shots sent are towards the goalkeeper and the only blades around are cut and green, where tears are caused only by passion, death comes only from exhaustion. Things change, people change. I come from a place where I can't change my past, but I can make a brighter future from the ashes of this one. Thank you.
Under starters, orders. On your marks, set, go back, go back, go back. Begin. A crouched, cowed figure, black on reflective stark white, black, bent, bowed, captured in a blood-red triangle, set, 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 into stone, into steel, into the white pages of plastic history. Warning, 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 warning signs. Men at work. Traffic sign, signs of traffic. Never trade, enslaved, never slaves. No use for shame or blame. Tick off diversity. Cancel BAME. Dash BME. We. Majority.
Tunahitaji kurekebisha tabia zetu, mshikamano na uhusiano wetu na Mama Afrika, mpenzi, mizizi na utamaduni wa lugha za kimama.
Mark Maangamizi. Mark, marks, set.
And in lane number 1, from Nigeria, wearing 1969 and now running out of leads, David Olawale. Lane number 2, Andre Savas, Hornsey. Lane number 3, Asita Sims, Stoke Newington. Lane number 4, Lil Doozer, Oxford. Lane number 5, Horace Bailey, Ashford. Lane number 6, Stephen Barnard, Ladywell. Lane number 7, Joseph Lawrence, Brixton. Lane number 8, John Lalamete, Hornsey. Lane number 9, Adrinarayan Nilaya, Chatham. Lane number 10, Basil Brown.
One. We walk our route out of habit and bump into a barricade of a lost building. My mother always questions her memory every time she comes around here. Usually, she's a looped record, running round Elephant and Castle Shopping Centre, the fading blue box, Mecca, pointing at corners saying, "You existed here, and here, and here." Now we walk around it and look at shapes of dust rings left behind, pointing at the gaps of silences, asking, how much money did it take for our places to grow legs and walk away from us? 2. The cranes are blocking out the sun here, so today we are Britain with extra, no sun. I catch the eyes of one of those computer-generated girls on the Lend-Lease billboards around the Haygate estate. She's smiling, and above her head reads, "Live in Zone 1. Prices start at just £2 million. Shiny construction fabric draped like curtains around the old homes, as if to say to us, this community is a show you are no longer invited to. They dress up small borders so fancy, don't they? 3. It takes the neighbour's girl 2 minutes to walk to school, 3 minutes to her aunt's, 4 to the hidden bike shed, her whole life a stone throw from her balcony. The council cuts and pastes her name in the database, assigns her relocation. It takes her 2 hours to get to school. She is no longer the neighbour's girl. 4. The empanada vendor hands these new men foods and see diamonds falling out of their mouth. "Elephant," he says. First, the mini West Indies, then the Bengali boys of Rockingham Estate, now the Latin Quarter, a relay of open arms, but for how long, he asks me. There won't be any of us left in the order. They're fucked with our cycle. 5. I look into one of the cockpits of rubble behind the fence and see a slab of stone yet to be broken. On it inscribed, "Mo was here." I think about how this kid knew this place as his own, enough to dip his index finger in wet cement and eulogize our history on a tablet. I think how this frame is the perfect timestamp to see us here, before they knew we were here, and before we knew we were leaving.
We are being watched, not only by our God, but by spectators, who speculate from the safety of their planning offices, slashing people's lives with a ballpoint pen. Our estates are marked with crosses so the bulldozers know where to hit. Our Afro hair shops are rooted out first, hoping we will follow in their tracks. Then our takeaways get taken away, and you're what's left over, you become easier to take away. No more 2 pieces of chicken and chips from Morley's. New residents don't like getting their hands dirty. Nail shops and barbers are replaced with Costa coffees. I mean, a cup of coffee shouldn't cost a lot, so I carry on playing video games because I'm too innocent to be the next victim. But with each button I press down thoughts of my mother opening rent statements. Call me naive for thinking I was safe in my own home. What do you even know about these streets for a community that bleeds? I hope that when the bailiffs twist the door handle, it doesn't open. And when they ring the doorbell, the sun goes unheard. Curses power like bricks from the tips of my tongue, but I choose to hold them in because I was built with a stronger foundation. Our footprints are moulded in playgrounds and pavements because we walked these roads before the concrete had set. We still walk, full numbers and full rage. Bulldozers and skyscrapers will not break our backs. We will march on our streets. Together we will stand with both feet planted on this communal concrete.
We are being watched. We walk these roads. We will march on these streets.
Every year, there are people in this area who complain about Notting Hill Carnival. When you moved here, do not tell me that the estate agent never told you that on Bank Holiday weekend in August, there's going to be loads of black people, there's going to be loud music, there's going to be jerk chicken smoke coming through your window.
Do you know why they only hate it? Because it's a non-British rooted culture that is now part of British culture.
I quite honestly can't think of a better urban environment to live in.
I think Kensington feels very international. It's got the lovely parks surrounding it with Holland Park and Hyde Park and Kensington Gardens.
The communications are excellent because the Notting Hill Gate Central Line takes you straight to the city, so we have a lot of the financial sector living here.
There's an incredibly strong demand now coming from overseas investors, led principally by the schooling, but also by just the fact that word has got around, literally globally, what a great place it is to live. A combination of all of those things do make it an incredible place to live.
When the Caribbean community came over here in the 50s...
No one wanted to live here.
It was slums, basically.
Yeah, no one wanted to live around here.
And the roads were mash up. And the worst part was, the British Empire, or whatever you want to call it, asked the people from the Caribbean to come here to help rebuild the country.
Build it up, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So then we've been through all of this. We've had our carnival. We've been through our troubles with the police or whatever. We finally get to this place, and then we get looked down on by people that have been living here for 2 months.
All the 10 seconds. Even when Westfield came, and I had certain people looking at me. I'm working at Westfield, I live. I could throw a stone to my house from Westfield. And I've got people looking at me like I shouldn't be in Westfield or I shouldn't be in the village. Where did you come from? Do you know what I mean? I have lived here all my life. I've seen the building go up. I've seen what used to be here before before you even put foundations down to lay the shopping centre down. So I don't have a problem with mixing with people from different classes, backgrounds, ethnicities. Exactly. Yeah. Don't come here and think that you can do things. Because if I decided to move to Somerset and put a jerk pan outside and have a big rave, you'd have a problem because that's not what you lot do in Somerset. Do you know what I mean? You don't go to now we're getting into race, but I feel like British people have a colonial mindset where it's everywhere they go, it's like.
I came to be I came to be Nawi. I came to be. I came to be all of me. I'm not gonna pretend to be someone I'm not. We came to be Nawi. We came to be Nawi. We're not gonna be sorry. We're warriors.
Speak truth, feel your power rise, my sisters. Freedom dances on our tongues every time we meet my cousins. Honor those who have come before. Countless stories that remain untold. A majestic energy of queens. The majestic energy of queens. I came to be Nawi. I came to be all of me. I don't wanna pretend to be someone I'm not. We came to be Nawi. We came to be Nawi. We're not gonna be, never gonna be sorry. We're warriors. The majestic energy of queens. 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 The majestic energy of queens.
I could walk, like I just feel safe. Even at night time, I feel completely safe. Even if I don't know anyone, like if I'm out and I don't even bump into anyone, I just feel like I could do whatever I want and I'll be fine. Like if anyone, like I wouldn't, that no one can harm me. I feel invincible. It's really bad. Like I actually feel immortal. And my friends like to me, you can't just walk into the road like that. I'm like, it's fine. Like it's all fine. Like nothing's gonna happen. I genuinely believe nothing's gonna happen. Even on Carnival, people like, you need to be careful. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like I don't really see, I couldn't get harmed in this area. Like, I just really couldn't imagine it happening. If it did, I'd be very surprised. Just because it's just comfortable. It's home. You can't get hurt at home. And if you do, it's an accident and it's okay. Alright, cool. So we're gonna walk to Power Square. Power Square Park. Now this park was the sickest park, and it probably still is the sickest park, but you know, we just don't go there anymore. This is where I was basically raised as a child. Every day in this park. Run up and down, playing basketball, football. You know the argument of whether we're going to play basketball or football, and it's half of them want to play football, half want to play basketball. Yeah. These swings have always been there. That's always been there. But ever since this came, yeah, this swing is hard. This swing is actually dirty. I used to get jerked on the swing. It's crazy. Come on the park now. Obviously when we used to have a little 1-2 piece or somewhere. So bust out the back gates real quick. Then we go to Surge. I just remember my brother calling him Surge. Like, that's probably not even his real name, and he'll never know my name, but I'll know him and he'll know me for like it's gonna be just ever. This corner shop is legendary. Surge was like the best sweet shop, and it still is the best sweet shop. They have like all the sweets I had when I was little. You know when your mum used to give you that £1, I used to make that £1 stretch. 20p large puppies, 5p strawberries, refreshers, KA. The KA was the most expensive thing though, but you know you had to have a little drink as well.
The hair shop. The palace of Peckham. Guarded by butcher stalls and market tents standing century.
It has stood for centuries, it seems. Throughout the battle of the London riots,
past the siege of Costa gentrifiers, it has witnessed ancient and modern monarchs born, striding in and out of its gates, weaving history with every footfall. It holds our tapestry in the span of its arms.
And watches quietly as worn carpet floors are transformed into the slick tiles of boardrooms.
And ordinary aunties glide through, unstoppable. Auntie Takunda circles, looking for her next investor.
With pound signs in her eyes.
Eye contact means a contract signed.
Closing in on unwilling clients at the hair shop to ask the age-old question.
Auntie, can I do your hair? It takes quick pace and an iron will from Tinashe to refuse.
Started university a week ago, came home to find refuge.
Pots and creams form small mountains across the landscape of the hair shop wall. She collects them all. Her uni town is a desert, a flat expanse of super drugs and white hair salons.
Where no one speaks the language of jojoba oil and twist defining cream.
And everyone garbles and chews on questions on why her thick braids have shrunk into a cropped afro, then emerge again. The hair shop shields her from their questions, takes her home from the world,
whilst getting ready to throw Adeyemi out into it. For Adeyemi starts her new life tomorrow.
Corporate,
clean,
composed. This is her dream job.
The hair shop knows this. Professionalism packaged neatly into bundles on the front row, ready to uproot hair that curls into question marks and talks back. Her skin, her name, her culture raked through with the fine-tooth comb, and on her natural hair,
the comb snaps.
Adeyemi waits in line.
Like everybody else.
Waiting to pay a small price for her future.
But Shukri, 7 years old, only knows the here and now. She has an eye for beads. As small fingers flex and reach to grab pieces of the rainbow, packs £1.99 each, she weaves this kaleidoscope of colours that will shimmer down her plaits like ripples on water. Knows light filtering in from dingy classroom windows will sparkle off plastic pinks, greens and blues like seaside light to emeralds. She wind chime laughs as Grandma Tandy, tall tree scaling the wall, hands her these precious stones.
The cornerstone of the hair shop. Grandma Tandy, Grace incarnate.
Here she plucks the finest oils and butters like with an alchemist skill, ready to rub the stresses of the day out from her scalp. Oh, ancient braider.
She weaves together stories of the good old days. How her fingers have laid more tracks than grime artists about to blow.
How ladies of the noughties flooded in to get washed and set for a night out, picked and dropped men as they chose.
Did a run after he bought them a drink, never seeking closure.
Their stories are endless and black women are eternal. Our fears,
our hopes,
our dreams are whispered, shouted, bartered into these walls. We are the women down to earth yet swept off our feet.
We are the children who squirm and squint in the vice of our braided mother's legs.
We are the newlyweds. We are the impetuous who refuse to accept blue is not our natural hair colour for school. Whilst the white girl next to us can dye her hair red without comment.
Whilst the white girl next to us.
We are the big chops.
We are the insecurities.
We are the first weaves. We are the beauty. We are the new beginnings, cutting off, letting go. We are the monarch society worships yet denounces. We are the future. We are tired. We are laughing. This is our hair shop.
This is our hair shop.
This is our hair shop. And it lives for us. Thank you.
Lane number 648, Sheikh Obayo, Sierra Leone, running out of Glasgow. 649, Sarah Reid, Holloway, North London. 650, Mzee Mohammed, Liverpool. 651, Rashan Charles, Dalston, East London. 652, Edson da Costa, Beckton, East London. 653, Nuno Cardozo, Headington, Oxford. 654, Kevin Clark, Lewisham, South London. 655, Ogeni Abo, Southwark, South London. 656, Shane Bryant, Ashby, Leicester. Lane number 657, Darren Cumberbatch, Nuneaton.
Beyond your marks, set
Fanon, go.
Mama Lindiwe Sele. She is an anti-apartheid activist and she's one of the elders that hand in the petition every year. We have two elders, a Rastafari elder called Prophet Kwame, who is a Bob Ashanti, and Mama Lindiwe, because she brings that African liberation apartheid dimension to it, showing the intergenerational nature of the reparations struggle. Jendai Serwa, the Global African People's Parliament, the co-chair of the African Emancipation Day Reparations March Committee, the Stop the Mangamizi Recharge Genocide Ecocide campaign.
Many people have been part of getting the movement to prolong from, as I say, the very first moment the first African was captured from the continent, to where we are, today. Too many to mention.
Bernie Grant, Africa Reparations Movement. Dorothy Kuya, Africa Reparations Movement. Glenroy Watson, the Global African Congress. Kofi Mawuli Klu, in terms of his role in the African Liberation Support Campaign, the African Reparations Movement as well, the Black Quest for Justice Campaign, PARCO, the Rendezvous Victory, the Global Justice Forum, and also Global African People's Parliament.
So I would just say that what is important actually is not the people who currently can be identified. What is important is what we do to ensure that more of such people come from the new generations, the new breed of youth guards for reparatory justice that are out there, particularly through the kind of creative, mass activities like Shake and others, and to set them on a road, confident that victory can be won. And ultimately for me, it is now more about who comes to do the things, taking into account the huge wealth of knowledge that has been accumulated for centuries in order to ensure that this is won. Because the most important of all the challenges that faces us on the road to reparatory justice is not the fight to get it recognized as much as the building work that needs to be done to ensure that Matubuntuma will come into fruition through, that this unity of Sankofa Homes with Matubuntu Jamas, to ensure that, we offer the world, what's Fanon, for example, urges the conclusion of Rachel of them to do, that we can build a better world for all humanity, and Africa will be central, to that effort.
Rise up. When we ask them, they say, don't stop. When we ask them, they say, take your time. You are bold. When we ask them, they say, rise up. When we ask them, they say, don't stop. When we ask them, they say, take your time.
But for the elders who have raised us into the light, calling us into courage, we stand fierce on the shoulders of their struggles. They, the nurturers, creators, healers, they feed us with words and dishes crafted from love, recipes never written yet bountiful, full of earth and heat and grit, passed on so our hearts stay here, feasting. Who else should we sing for, but for the ones whose memories are the compass in the pits of our stomach, for the ancestors who, when we are lost, call us home.
D Woods, Mother Earth, walking families through herbal properties. We are reading from her library, a harvest of knowledge for future folk to remember, to forage through for the rest of time. Dee walks on her grandmother's hands, lets her memories and history shine from her roots to the tips of her green fingers, a golden sheen to the present day. Dee speaks a survival guide for Granville Kitchen, black, brown and working class folks, London-wide, breathing nature into the crevices of high-rises. She dishes out wisdoms from ancestors who've dug deep for centuries. Dee Woods, Mother Earth.
Don't stop. When we ask them, they say, take your time. You are gold. When we ask them, they say, rise up. When we ask them, they say, don't stop. When we ask them, they say, take your time. You are gold.
We sing for the ones who carved homes within stranded communities in wind rush chills, sending a jolt through a community far too comfortable in its misogynoir, ostracized to make the tea. You walk away from those whose eyes watered from the strength of your light. We sing for Gerlin Bean and the Brixton Black Women's Choir. Jocelyn Wolfe, Claudette Williams, Gail Lewis, for Olive Morris, Dorothea Smart, Diane Abbott. For those whose names we do not know yet to speak, we sing for you. You crashed open an expanse so the femme struggle would be recognized. You spoke into the void when no one wanted to hear, and now your words are the blueprint from which we build, from which we sing, from which we teach.
Sarah Wanja, you are my grandmother, a beautiful reflection of all we could be. Resisting, resilient, whole, a bridge from the ancestors to the now. She taught us, she grew me. Florence Mudhoni, you are my auntie, a force, a fire, burning with unapologetic love, holding us accountable and leading as an example of how to hold and heal through others. She taught us, she grew me. Anne Wambui, you are my mother, a source of infinite and unconditional compassion, a sea of depth shrouded in humility and shady jokes, feeding me chapati, sukuma wiki, and a daily dose of radical honesty, leading, transforming, holding, guiding. She taught us, she grew me. And to all of our mothers, for the ways they love and forgive, gentle in difficult storms and fierce when waters run still, deep and dark. Transforming and carrying what it means to be fully human in a world that peels and tears our intrinsic divinity. They taught us, they grew me.
Rise up. When we ask them, they say, don't stop. When we ask them, they say, take your time. You are gold. When we ask them, they say, rise up. When we ask them, they say, don't stop. When we ask them, they say, take your time. You are gold.
Because their words give us power to hold time, space, and earth in all our grace. Their voices remind us to rise, hearts rise as they hum melodies of our roots, lulling us back into sweet golden revelations of love. We know when to sing bountiful chords filled with the strangest of fruits, rising up like the growth of our hair, moving steadily, bringing magic and repair. For her, for them, for us, we listen as they answer our prayers.
When we ask them, they say, rise up. When we ask them, they say, don't stop. When we ask them, they say, take your time. You are gold. When we ask them, they say, rise up. Rise up, rise when we ask them, they say, don't stop. Don't stop. When we ask them, they say, take your time. You are gold.
Are you ready? Beyond your marks. Set, fan on. Go from hashtag GIFs to hieroglyphs. Hail up Gbeto, the homie female warriors. All homies in the ghetto. Sankofa homies, sons of Africa to sisters of Nawi. Yal's wood to Ya Asantewa. Hungering for freedom, feeding the family, Pempanziye, building, stitching, weaving, we march, we walk, we dance, we fly, remember, reimagine.
It's south of the river, you know, where the architects built beats to make my body groove, to clip sunshine to my ankle. The promise of a good night set me hot step into the shibs, dragging every move I got with me. When I step up in that rave, now I'll be early so I can dip before it gets locked off, before the food gets finished, before Shanae's man whines with her next girl and gets clocked by her brother, before it gets packed. Now I'll be sprinkling gold dust on the dance floor, challenging body movers to musical jewels, drawing out swords with Azonto's steps. I know my Shaki will protect me. We tell the OGs, do your dance. They show us legendary stances and the wickedest swines, and we know they're the daughters of sirens, confirmed by their water-like waistlines, their hips not lying, moving us in and out of time on time with beats like webs spun by dealers with golden fingers, thinking, they must have 8 arms to be mixing this fire. Inferno beats sending us to the motherland, and at bass drop bring us back south of the river to the shubs. Thank you.
Back, 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 get back, get back, get back, get back, get back, back to where you came from. Two hours on London North East Railways back to Leeds. As the crow flies, as Sankofa looks backwards, reveals lies. It was a Yorkshireman that wrote in Staying Power, there were Africans in Britain before the English. So how far do we go back? Septimus Severus, they try to sever us. But these are not strictly straight Roman roads. This, the African circular, non-linear, traveling with Ubuntu in heart, journey towards Ma'at. Breathing, balancing, rematriation, reorientation, remembering, repping, repairing the road.
This multimedia performance and collaboration was made under the big umbrella of Shake, but within us, we are friends, allies, and ultimately family. On this stage, you have seen the work of Sai Murray, Dhelia Snoussi, the Nawi Collective, and Globe Poets. And Akeim Toussaint. Our intention for our work was to bring in an intergenerational dialogue, voices that are often misrepresented or omitted. And in our work, we thank the Stuart Hall for allowing us to have this project. And essentially, for all of us, I know it spurred on projects to push our craft further, but as well as take that intention into our work and everyday lives, basically. Thank you.
Powerful and dangerous.